taken off my picture of myself on my own screen, and oh, there we go. There, I'm just trying to change my name. I took mine off here. Here we go.
Yeah.
So Screenfish is my outlet. There we go. There, Steve, that's me.
Yeah. Very nice meeting you, Steve. Thank you so much for doing this.
I was just going to say the same. It's so nice to meet you. Thank you, Zita. I really appreciate it.
Mhm.
Baby Don't Cry is a fascinating film. It really, truly is. It feels so personal, and also it's just. I mean, it's very that speaks to its power. Um, and you're wonderful in it. You do a great job.
Thank you so much.
I was wondering how your personal experiences helped shape the character of Baby.
Thank you so much for asking. So I was born and raised in China. I moved to the States by myself as a young teen, didn't speak a word of English. So as you can tell, baby in the story, she's still someone who's trying to learn English and also adjust to her new home. And I think there's a difference between what's real and what feels real, especially, back then I didn't speak much English. So everything seemed bigger than it was. So that's why, me and the director Jesse wanted to enhance the uh the in-between moments with fantasy.
Yeah, there honestly there were moments watching the film where I wasn't sure what was real and what wasn't, and it was really interesting to try
Mhm.
to process that out. I see what you're saying about it feeling bigger because with Baby, it seemed like, I mean, this is in every scene pretty well. Baby just feels like the world is the weight of the world is on her shoulders, I should say, in so many ways. And from your experience, having come over or as an immigrant, I was wondering what the greatest challenge is in bridging two cultures in your own experience.
I think, oh, that's a great question. I think it was to understand yourself
Hmm.
and understand, like I think this is just not like from an immigrant. This is from like anyone who had that like coming of age moments, like at that certain time of our life, we have to understand what we have to walk away from, what we have to keep in order for us to grow up.
That's interesting. Yes, yes, because there is an accessibility to this film through that coming of age story of trying to figure out who you are, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and certainly in her case. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and with that in mind, I would love to hear your thoughts on the role of the parents in this film because in many ways they seem to fuel her character, but she's trying to break free from them as well. And I would just love your thoughts on that.
I think this is I also spoke to a lot of my friends. I feel like um a lot of us share the similar experience, when we're like 17 or 7 like 16, 17, unsure of who we are. And I think here, like, baby's parents serve as a metaphor.
Mm.
It's like the thing that she has to learn to either accept or walk away before she can, completely move on.
Mm.
Another thing is to help audience understand better baby's family life. I think, in a lot of immigrant household, the dad is always working, and with very little communication, it creates a lot of misunderstanding. I think that's certainly the case in baby's household. And the parents are so hostile towards each other when they're like when they're immigrants themselves.
I would love to talk about Baby and her relationship with Fox, which pardon me if I mispronounce his name. Is it Vas? Uh,
Boss. He was supposed to
Vas.
be here today, but he had filming going on, so he couldn't make it.
Is this a healthy relationship for her? Because there seems to be some positives in it, but there's a lot of toxicity in this as well.
Thank you so much for bringing it up. I feel like it certainly is not a healthy relationship. And very early on, I had a lot of talks with our actor Voss. So we decided, this is not a sexy relationship.
Mm,
And we didn't want to tell like another Hollywood fairy tale, like, because oftentimes like coming of age stories often told from male perspective.
mhm,
The girls are always perfect. The girls are never clumsy. The girls know everything in every sexual situations. That's why, me and Voss, thanks to his dedication, we wanted to carefully craft this sexual energy between baby and fox through like a girl's perspective. Like that's why I feel like certain moments seemed a little bit scary because, yeah.
yeah, it
hmm
it really is. There's a push and pull at
hmm
all times, and it seems like these two
I
characters.
think
Oh, go ahead.
I think I think you're absolutely right. It is not a, like a sexy, healthy relationship, but that's the force baby desperately needed in order for her to grow up. And I feel like this is not just a baby story, it's also a fox story. I feel like, those two learned how to like accept their differences and both grew stronger in the end.
Mm,
hmm
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, having said that, I'm wondering, like, from your perspective, what do you think it is that baby is looking for? She seems like she's on a definite personal quest. What is it that you think is driving her?
Acceptance and love, because she's in an environment um that like she can't really like see people like her in her environment, so she was like desperately needed that attention, and fox like was just there to give her that like attention. And also I think, they're just saying everything happens for a reason, a season or a lifetime. Sometimes, a relationship just appears in our life in order for us to learn a little bit about ourselves in order to grow up.
Mm,
That's why you can tell, baby met fox on a bus, and she left by herself in a vehicle. So like the beginning and the end kind of just, um just reflect each other.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
hmm So she met him on a vehicle, and she said goodbye to him on a vehicle. That also, kind of just like a metaphor. A lot of times, like our first relationship is just a vehicle to take us to the next step in life.
Yeah, I love that. That's interesting. Yeah, this and that's how the story sort of feels too. Is it sort of like this is the next chapter, the next piece, the next piece.
Exactly.
I see what you mean. Um, so, well, having said that, I mean, you've sort of talked about the end of the film a little bit. I'm just saying, what do you think hope looks like for Baby in this film, or just in general?
I think that's a that's why we wanted to kind of have like an open ending, like
Mm,
so the audience can fill in their own imagination. Baby and fox are both, and mommy both are like people who are struggling on the edge of the society. I can't imagine her having like really positive future, but just because she's in that environment doesn't mean she should not have hope.
mm. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And one of the things, it sort of feels like the world, like she's sort of on the outside looking in, but by the end, there is somewhat a sense of hope and freedom, and as she steps forward.
hmm
Uh,
hmm
absolutely.
hmm
Um,
I think just also, what hope means for people like Baby and Fox when they don't have much. Like, how do they look at hope?
yeah, yeah, absolutely, because it would look differently for them as well. Um,
hmm
yeah, it really is. It's a fascinating piece and powerful and profound in a number of ways and moments. Yeah,
hmm
it really is something, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, Zita, um, for taking the time to chat with me. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Steve.